Big talker this morning, the first presidential debate. So how did President Obama and Mitt Romney do? You be the judge.
The debate was about domestic issues, and as you can imagine, the two clashed on just about all of them, everything from health care to the economy and especially taxes. Begad Shaban has a recap from Denver, Colorado.
The first presidential debate started with a handshake and a romantic moment.
20 years ago, I became the luckiest man on earth because Michelle Obama agreed to marry me.
And congratulations to you, Mr. President, on your anniversary. I'm sure this was the most romantic place you could imagine, here with me.
The theme of the debate for President Obama appeared to be that Romney's plans lack specifics.
Is the reason that Governor Romney is keeping all these plans to replace secret because they're too good?
Mitt Romney spent most of the night attacking the president's record.
You've been president 4 years. You said you cut the deficit in half. It's now 4 years later. We still have trillion-dollar deficits.
Mitt Romney came into the debate trailing in the polls, but that could change after last night's performance.
Anytime a challenger stands on the stage with the president in the first debate, they tend to get some bounce out of it. I expect that could happen here.
The Romney campaign believes the governor scored a knockout.
I do believe that Governor Romney was the clear winner of this debate. If it was a boxing match, it would have been called.
An instant CBS News poll of independent voters shows Romney was the overwhelming winner. 46% of the people we surveyed say Romney won the debate, but moderator and PBS anchor Jim Lara might not feel the same way.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm going to stop the subsidy to PBS. I'm going to stop other things. I like PBS. I love Big Bird. I actually like you too. But I'm not going to keep on spending money on things to borrow money from China to pay for it.
The two men will square off again October 16th. Begad Shaban, CBS News, Denver. In Denver.
And later today, both President Obama and Mitt Romney will be back on the campaign trail with the president in Denver and Wisconsin, and Mr. Romney in Virginia. And you might have noticed a familiar face was not at the debate last night. Former New Mexico Governor Gary Johnson, who's running for president as a libertarian, he cannot get into the debates because his poll numbers are not high enough. So now Mr. Johnson is suing the Commission on Presidential Debates, but he says that probably won't amount to much. So instead, Gary Johnson was online during the debate last night, giving his thoughts on what the two main candidates were saying.
Part of Highway 66 east of Albuquerque is back open this morning after a bicyclist is killed. This was the scene around 7 last night. Bernalillo County Sheriff deputies say a car hit the cyclist. They say their initial investigation shows that the bicyclist rode into traffic. The driver has not been charged. The case will be forwarded to the DA's office for review. The victim has not been identified. Updating you on breaking news we first told you about yesterday morning. We now know that the person that was killed crossing the street at Eubank near Lomas in northeast Albuquerque yesterday was hit by not one, but two vehicles. Police tell us the man was not using a crosswalk when a truck hit him. The victim was then hit by a car. Officers arrested the driver of that car for an unrelated issue. So far, they have not said if anyone will be charged in the accident. Police have not released the victim's identity.
An update now to the shooting outside of a strip club in Albuquerque from last weekend. One of the two men who police say shot at bouncers at Fantasy World is in jail this morning. That was Isaac Montoya. He's now charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Investigators say the bouncers kicked him and another man out of the strip club early Saturday morning. Then the two shot the bouncers in the legs. Police are still looking for the other man they say is the shooter. Bouncers will be okay.
A state lawmaker wants to eliminate big payouts for public employees who leave their position. Representative Bill Rehm is pushing to deny payouts for public employees who are fired or who quit before their contracts are up so that you, the taxpayer, won't have to fork over more money for them leaving. As reported, the president at New Mexico State University just resigned, and she is getting paid $453,000 to leave, plus getting the remaining of her salary this year. Now, since 2006, taxpayers have paid presidents and coaches who have resigned under pressure more than $3 million.
These people are not providing any service to the university while they're being paid to work somewhere else.
Rehm says he'll try and push for a bill through addressing the payouts in January.
A crazy story from downtown Albuquerque to tell you about now. A woman supposedly steals a purse in the middle of the day, then gets caught by some good Samaritans, and our cameras are rolling the whole time.
Why'd you steal her purse?
Well, this is what happened yesterday afternoon when police say Lara Sullivan, the woman on the ground there, stole Victoria Hunt's very expensive Louis Vuitton purse in the Hyatt Hotel downtown and then tried to run off with it.
All of a sudden I heard a woman say, is that your purse? Someone just grabbed your purse. And I turned around and she said, ladies, grabbed your purse. So she darted out first and I darted out after to run after her, and we were screaming across the street.
So then Victoria, the other woman there who was yelling, and two men, including our photographer, chased Ms. Sullivan, caught her and held her down until police got there. When it was all over, Sullivan got arrested and Victoria got her purse back.
If you are delinquent on your property taxes, listen up. You can no longer make partial payments to the state of New Mexico. But if you live in Bernalillo County, there may be other ways you can pay. The county treasurer will talk about that this morning at a news conference. We'll, of course, keep you posted on what he says.